Now we are going to talk about Snmp advantages and disadvantages. Let's talk first about the advantages of using Snmp. It is universally supported. When it comes to version 1 and 2, Snmp is really easy to set up. Complete free Snmp software for managers is available out there. And with version 3, we have complete security features. Now let's talk about the most evident disadvantages of Snmp. For instance, working with object IDs is rather complex if we compare these with more recent tools that we have available that allow us to work with XML or JSON in order to identify resources. We can see that working with object IDs is rather cumbersome. Next, Snmp is not really good at doing configuration management. By configuration management, we mean, for instance, saving backups massively from all devices within the network or applying new configuration massively to devices within the network. We have better tools out there. For instance, NETCONF is really good at doing configuration management. Now, when it comes to version 1 and 2 of Snmp, even though they are easy to set up, they lack many security features, so that is a big no for Snmp. Now, when it comes to version 3, we have security now with Snmp. However, this security is built inside the protocol, so that means that we need to provide more configuration. That means that we have to configure now hashing and encryption for another protocol. Compare that with more recent tools. For instance, NetConf. NetConf relies on secure shell in order to do security, and RESTconf relies on secure HTTP in order to do the security. We don't have to tune these new tools for security. They rely on another protocol for doing so. Let's compare Snmp to other tools. For instance, when it comes to gathering interface statistics, we have better tools out there. For instance, we can use NETFLOW. NETFLOW is based on per flow stats, so we gain more detail than the data that we can gather with Snmp. We can now know what are the statistics per source IP address, destination IP address, protocol number, layer 4, port numbers, and so on. NetFlow pushes data rather than waiting for pulls. NetFlow data interval is lower, so the charts that we can create with NetFlow data are smoother than the charts that we can create with Snmp data. Now, when it comes to configuration management, for instance, we have better options than Snmp. For instance, we can use NetConf. NetConf is really good at doing configuration management. For instance, it supports something that is known as data stores. With data stores, we can reflect what we know as the running configuration and the startup configuration. We can save several configurations for a single device with data stores. It supports transactional processes. That means that if we are configuring a device and something goes wrong, we can roll back this process so the device does not end up with a broken configuration. That is supported natively with NetConf. Also, NetConf relies on secure shell for security, so we don't need to tune NetConf for security as we need to do so with Snmp version 3.